So something very interesting just ended up happening, and this is one of the first times I've seen in years that Apple actually went ahead and pretty much dropped a press release on us about supply chain issues, specifically for the iPhone 14 Pro and potentially the iPhone 14 Pro Max as well. Now, to kind of rewind back a little bit, what ended up happening not too long ago, if you guys remember, with the iPhone 14 Plus, Apple pretty much went through and they kind of shifted some of the, places that were making the iPhone 14 Plus, and I do think some iPhone 14s as well, and they pretty much shifted to them making the 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max. I think they saw a lot of people pretty much not buying the 14 Plus, and they probably saw proportionally more people buying the 14 Pro, so they were like, hey, let's just go and make the 14 Pros, let's make more of them, because a lot more people are, buying them, so might as well, get them done and ship them as soon as possible to them. They're spending more money on them and, so on and so forth. But within this specific, press release, it actually titled Update on Supply of iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now, within this whole entire press release, it's really not that big. There's a bunch of text in small letters after the fact, which is like the regulation stuff. But they basically say COVID-19 restrictions have temporarily impacted the primary iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max assembly facility located in this place in China. The facility is currently operating at significantly reduced capacity. As we have done throughout COVID-19 pandemic, we are prioritizing the health and safety of the workers in our supply chain. They go on to say, we continue to see strong demand for iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max models. However, we now expect lower iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max shipments than we previously anticipated, and customers will experience longer wait times to receive their new products. So that is a very interesting thing, because we already saw, basically the release or the, shipping dates kind of, being pushed back further and further, which is typical. But I would honestly say by this point last year, I feel like you could have easily gotten like a 13 Pro or 13 Pro Max. You could have probably walked into the Apple store and picked one up that way. So the fact that these specific devices are going to have massive delays, especially with that facility in China being closed down, I've heard about it a little bit. They're making a new facility in India, so maybe they can go and kind of ship them out a little bit better. I'm going to be very curious to see if any used prices or any, brand new iPhones in the used market, people who bought the iPhone, it's still in the box, they didn't unbox it, and they've been reselling it. I wonder how those devices are going to end up being. If somebody wants to buy a, iPhone 14 Pro, they may have to end up going into either the used market or another area like that in order to even buy one at a, reasonable date, especially, and this is the big one, especially with the holiday season coming around. I mean, it's almost like back-to-back months where it's like tons of people are planning on probably buying an iPhone, and this may end up meaning that more people will end up buying either the iPhone 14 or maybe going in the used market for another iPhone that they may want. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll be so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.